Thanks, Anne-Marie. We first met Rachel Ricketts back in 2021 for her book, Do Better, about healing from and fighting against white supremacy. Ricketts is back, this time with a beautiful children's picture book, one that really celebrates and validates big feelings in little readers. It's called All I Need to Be. We welcome Rachel Ricketts back on the show in person this time. It's so good to see you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And what a beautiful, beautiful book. So last time we had you on the show, it was remote. We were just talking about that for your book, Do Better, which was obviously a huge bestseller about dismantling white supremacy and really healing from that. This new book is aimed at younger readers. What made you want to do a children's book?
What I love about children's books is you're never just writing to children, you're also writing to caregivers. And actually, I wrote this book for my inner child. Like, Do Better was one of the books I wrote that was really a result of enduring a lot of harm as a young person, as young as 5 years old, being the only Black person in an all-white environment. So I really wanted to ensure that I had a book for small people who move through hardship and challenges, which is every young person.
Yep.
As well for caregivers to have conversations about what those big emotions bring up and to ensure that they understand that, you know, young kids are going to go through hard times, whether it's oppression, bullying, or the like.
I love that you have incorporated that in because you're so right. We're the ones reading these stories. We're the ones saying the words to the children in our lives. Can we talk about the artwork?
Yeah.
The artwork is absolutely stunning. Tell us about your illustrator, Tiffany Rose. How did you two connect?
Yeah, so my publisher put me in touch with Tiffany. It was really important to me to have a Black illustrator and also Luana, who supported me in writing the book because I'd never written a kid's book before. So it is a product of Black femme love, but Tiffany's done a phenomenal job creating the vision. And you know, it was really important to me to create a world that was very intersectional and diverse. So not just having like a Black kid and like a Muslim child, but also having a Black disabled kid,
right.
And ensuring that those things were intersectional.
It is absolutely stunning, and it really pops, all of the color in the book as well. The book has tips on how to come back into your body when you're feeling those really big feelings, which is important for all of us, you know, when we're feeling overwhelmed. Can you walk us through some of those coping mechanisms?
Sure. So yeah, again, really the message of the book is to support not just children, but also caregivers and our inner child to be with whatever our big feelings are. So at the back of the book, there are some, there's like a graph that supports kids with 4 big emotions: anxiety, fear, sadness, and anger. And there's some mindfulness prompts specific to each of those to really support children and caregivers in moving through those big emotions.
There's a line in this book. It says, come back to yourself, address how you feel, share with someone your feelings are real. How important is that? How potent is that line, really? Because it resonated with me, because oftentimes children are told, you know, it's not too bad, or you don't be sad, you're going to be okay. But this is really validating for children to hear, you know what, your feelings, what you're feeling right now, that is real.
Yeah, I think, again, not just for children, also for us as adults, sometimes maybe more important for us as big people, to know that it's okay to be with whatever our feelings are, to acknowledge them, especially with all the stuff going on in the world today, increasingly so, that we don't have to push those things aside. In fact, that actually causes harm, not just to us, but to ourselves and to others, and to our ability to like show up big and do really important work in the world. It's important to be able to just really be with whatever our big emotions are to support ourselves and others.
And I have to say, so on the flip side, you know, being a parent, I've got 3 children, my instinct is to say, oh, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. But to like take a step back and go, wait a second, we got to live in this space, right? Because if we don't live in that space, how do we grow from living in that space, right?
Yeah.
It's
and really understand how you really feel. Sometimes you're like, I feel angry, and then when you take a moment, you really feel sad.
Yes.
That's the feeling that's underneath.
That's so true. And to keep asking the questions, because it's often not how it's presented.
Yeah.
I got lost in this book, I know, as you were sitting down on the couch, because I was reading it, just the beautiful language and the illustrations. Maybe I'll just read a little bit.
Sure.
Do you mind?
No, not at all.
Okay. When busy thoughts leave and more harmony enters, be like a tree, find your roots and recenter. Take one deep breath and focus on my left. Hold my breath tight and focus on my right. Beautifully done. Rachel, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.